It's a good bet that you've never played Cubivore or even heard of it until now. It's a shame too, because it may not be the pinnacle of gaming, it certainly deserved more than it got. But here's the odd part about it. This game was actually developed by Nintendo themselves, but due to the obscure nature of the game, they decided not to publish it themselves in America, when it was picked up by Atlas. If you can get your hands on a copy of this game, do so. The premise of the game is to become the top Cubivore ever and take back the wilderness from the colorless Cubivores. Yep, Cubivores. The game was originally slated to be on the Nintendo 64, much like Animal Crossing, and the game that came to be Star Fox Adventures, but originally Dinosaur Planet. Because of this, everything is block-shaped, thus the title. This may be off-putting, but even if the graphics, put bluntly, suck, they do have a certain level of charm to them. This is where the game garners its title, Cubivore. The game has action RPG elements. Your character gets stronger as you progress in several different manners. You can grow more limbs, gain horn, tongue, and scar points, which increase your attack, defense, and eat and run abilities, and you can decide to eat certain animal colors that'll help you become stronger in certain aspects. Each color has its own strengths and weaknesses. The combat certainly isn't without flaws. All too often I find myself just fighting tediously long boss battles where I can only do 1 damage to it per lunge. As well, the only thing you can do to hurt an enemy is lunge at it. It would have been cool to see some diversity in combat. Still, it can be great fun at many points. Surprising to me is how the game gets away with being E-rated with all the blood, even if it is all squarey and cubey. Speaking of E-rated content, the game seems to focus a lot on finding mates. In fact, you mate at the end of every stage, and it is your offspring that completes the next stage. It's kinda creepy because the animal you were playing with in the previous stage dies after mating, and the baby starts off the stage right next to its dead father's corpse. But back to the mating concept. The more love bits you collect in a stage, the more female Cubivores are willing to mate with you. The more you mate with, the more variety of offspring you can choose from to play on the next stage. Yes, that certainly garners an E rating, don't you think? Not to mention you can crap out any colors you don't want to your body whatsoever. Very pleasant. Throughout the course of the game, you play as a pig, then you're reborn as a bear in this surreal heaven stage, and then once more as a chicken. Yes, the final creature is indeed a chicken. How a chicken becomes king of all the Cubivores over a bear, I'll never know. Anyways, if you ever do spot this game used at GameStop or something similar, be sure to pick it up. Not only is it rare, it's also a lot of fun to play. It's a perfect example of a buried treasure, and thus why I chose it to be my first buried treasure review.